Today is January 11th, 2025. On the 10th, yesterday. Right now it's like midnight. Okay, I can't sleep. Had a lot going on. Had a doctor's appointment. Okay, oops. And could see the idiots out there. Made sure I did my statements of what's been going on. How that agent on December 18th, 24 came in and he said he did all this because Michelle, said I threatened her and he found out that I didn't even know who she was. We're going to get to that one later. Because I'll tell you what, we'll get back to that in a minute. Or we could actually do it now if you'd like. I've been laying here and I've been thinking, when things don't make sense, they're a lie. 100% lie. Because then there's something to cover it up. And there's a real reason behind stuff. Okay? Okay. Even him saying that, she honestly didn't know who Michelle was till January, February 19th. No, not until she announced herself, where she told me she threatened her. Okay? And I told him I didn't care what they did to her. Okay. And then you think about her showing up at Faith Family Church announcing she dated Dave and she dated my husband and made a big scene trying to excite me of, oh my God, that's other woman, I think I'd get up and do something. But where I thought it was a heavy-set middle-aged woman, this little teenager looks 14 to 16. Even the cops were picking her at that. Didn't look 90 pounds. Like I said, she didn't look 18. She looked more 14 to 16. 90 pounds. And she looked homeless and like a prostitute. Okay? I didn't believe her. My husband's at the time was 60. She looks 14 to 16. That's statutory rape. I didn't believe he was a child molester. He's trying to have me killed. Okay? But I didn't think he was a child molester. I really didn't think he was a child molester. That's why I didn't believe a word out of that girl's mouth. Because the cops were like, are they setting her husband up to go out with a teenager? Teenage prostitute? At first they thought she was that. She don't even look 18. Is she even legal? Okay? Was she 15, 16? One cop said I pegged her at 14. I thought 14, 16, 90 pounds. So while she's up there screaming, why would you do that in the first place? Make a public scene. Well, she's running around telling everybody I threatened her. She makes a public scene thinking I'd overreact. Trying to get a reaction, she got no reaction. Besides, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where I thought it was a 50-year-old woman in his church where the only Michelle I knew was Michelle Cowgill. And she was so mean to her first husband after I treated Dave like a king. I thought it served him right. Because somebody mean like that. Try to kill me for something like that, serve you right. You know what I mean? And then I don't threaten people. Even if she would have showed up and said it, I would have looked at the next person next to me and, oh my God, that stupid whore, my husband's in here making a scene. Someone get the security guards. See what I mean? I didn't believe that little girl because I didn't believe my husband was a child molester. I know. Because like the cops said, is she even legal? Are they trying to set him up to go to jail for dating a teenage prostitute? Was she 15, 16? One said I'd pay her 14. That's what I thought, 14 to 16. He's 60. He would have went to jail for that. And her making that scene. Well, she also made the comment that now they call the drug dealers the boys, that she spent the night with the boys and had their clothes on. That's why they were too small. Because some of the guys that were helping out in the cartel had white hair, and they were only like 5 foot tall. Like the small man syndrome. Okay? So, then even the scenario, if you actually put logic to this, where he said, well, she told me, she threatened her, and she didn't even know who she was. No, I made sure of it. Well, I told him I didn't care what they did to her. And then he announces, I told that drug dealer that made a bet that no one would want her. After what he had done to her, found out Karen's getting remarried again. I told him to leave her alone. I knew Karen had it in her to find someone else. Now, he admitted he was in it with drug dealers making bets. Okay, we're going to have a talk. When you put rationality on insanity, trying to find out exactly what would make sense, what's going on. There's only so many scenarios. He's doing all this loud and proud in front of everyone. Now, and he was no longer with the FBI within 4 months after my case started. Stole my money, told on me. Told people he didn't care they were drug me, raping me because someone called me a faker 15 years ago. That's insane. And if she was going to be mean to women, he didn't care what they did to me. And he's a federal cop. Now, he's either messed up in drugs himself, hates the government, hates the FBI. He's totally lost it, became a terrorist, and he's saying fuck you to everybody. And I'm going to go out with a bang. Okay? We both done that. My friend that showed up with the U.S. Marshals on January 20th, 23, because they had a friend on the police department. Well, January 13th, the week before of 23, we met out there for dinner. He said, you told me what happened to you. He said, I work in a factory. I race horses professionally. On the racetrack, there's drug dealers. I know somebody who knows one. And I went to him, asked him if they knew what was happening here. He said that all the Ohio drug dealers all know that you didn't know that agent was in debt to the drug dealer that did this. And he let all this happen because he owed him money. And then they were so mad they were like threatening all kinds of stuff. Because it was the drug dealers that are human trafficking people. Okay? Now, you think about who's doing it. Why would he owe a drug dealer money? Drug problem? Is that why your little girl's in the drug cartel? See, then if your kid's in the drug cartel and they're under 18, you grab them, you put them in a drug rehab. Get them away, hide them. If you have to relocate them, put them in a private school across the country or out of states. Get them away from the cartel. See what I mean? Why would you owe him money? And then you gotta think, he's blackmailing. Why is he blackmailing him? And why is an underage girl staying with the men in the cartel? Okay, see, why would you let the government put a target on your back that you're some raging terrorist helping the cartel, stealing government funds to support them? So they take you out. Why would you do that? Now, you're either lost and you are a terrorist. And why would you earn money? Drug problem yourself and you are a terrorist? Or is he holding you, Sean? Is he holding somebody else? Because in my situation, I let him go after me to save my children because they were threatening to kill him. Do they have somebody? Just think of what they're doing. They're raising and blazing through here. Marshals arrest when they find him. Huh? Isn't the case because it's under surveillance. So put rationality. Somebody who's willing to put a target on his back is supposed to owe some drug dealer money. Why would you owe money? Why is he extorting money from you? Does he have a family member? And this is a whole cover-up. Huh? Because why would you do this? You're either crazy, insane, or dangerous. He's not got somebody to threaten your life and hold hostage, is he? I mean, these people are serial killers. You gotta think of what they're doing. And why is he helping them? I don't believe the scenario he's a dual agent and trying to trick them. I don't think that guy's that smart. Because he did all these crimes in front of everybody, he could be executed. And if they even thought he was, they'd execute him. See, that's where, no. And see, when I would leave one of the officers, we listened to what he had to say. Now, this is funny. Why does he owe that drug dealer money? And why is he extorting money from him? And why does he have that much control over you? Rationality behind this. What on earth is really going on? Okay? Let you chew on that. Okay? I went out and met my brother for coffee out in Belden at Starbucks. Seen some of the cartel. Some Middle Eastern looking men coming in. Turn around with their phones. Typing, look right me and him. Keep turning around, staring at us. This other girl, I've seen her several times. She's in there, she'd look around the corner. My brother didn't see him do it. I said, I seen those people stare at you. I'm observing what is actually going on. I said, if you even watch the cars going by when I meet you up in Fairlawn. Same cars. A lot of times there's at least a couple of the same people. They said, I already seen that girl around us. I said, you haven't been down around here around me. Here. He lives an hour away. I said, start thinking you've seen him in Fairlawn, Medina. Now you see him down here. Get the hint what's going on? He said, I seen those guys turn around and keep staring at you. Type on their phone, look up. So you know what I did? I blasted him. Sat there and told my brother what I thought of those people, about that agent, about the shower scene in the other room, and what happened on January 5th, 25, how the cops were mad. What is this, another agent, FBI agent, even lied to the U.S. Marshal? She was weird with herself? We always knew. We always knew. That it was Photoshop of washing herself in a shower. And they Photoshopped that. And that they had drugged her up and told her to say it before. We always knew that. And what is this? One agent already came in and confessed he did it. And it was an agent over a case did it because he said that his daughter said she threatened him. I've never laid my eyes on her until she showed up at Faith Family Church. So how the hell would I know his daughter is? I never even seen him till December 18th, 24. I only talked on the phone. I walked in and confessed, and I realized it was him by what he was saying. So how the hell would I know who his kid is? See, start thinking rationality. See, that's where... Okay, now we're going to act like grown-ups. When you're in grade school, how many people threaten you? All the bullies. There's always a bully. Middle school, high school, junior high. Even the ones that were bullies in high school are bullies at work. People threaten you. Their words. Mm. I'll tell you a funny story. My grandson Daniel, when he was in first grade, now he loved the Minions. Loved Minions. So I went out and got him Minion hoodies, Minion t-shirts. Well, I even got him little Minion undies. I showed him some school clothes I got for him. He said, Grandma, you can't wear those Minion undies. You could get beat up for that. So I went out and bought him regular color underwear, just not one with little Minions on it. One day he came home picked him up from school and took him back to the house. He's like, hey, Grandma. And he's trying to pull his little undies up above his belt rim. See, he said, look, I got away with wearing them. Nobody noticed. But even a first grader, he'd get beat up for wearing something like that. Kids pick on each other. People threaten each other, and they're stupid. Okay? So, a baby thing is saying somebody threatens you. You would go to that person and ask them, you wouldn't let somebody be drug beaten, raped, and not care because someone called them a fake. What's really going on? Or not care if somebody's being drugged for fake confessions, stealing from the government, doing all these crimes in front of people, letting them torture me, press my skull. See, they've told people they paid him off. He's stealing the government for the drug cartel. He would be putting a target on his head. You do realize that the government would list him a terrorist, and for them to take him out, they get enough proof on him. See where, think about this. What is really going on? Do they have one of his family members? So what's really going on? Why are they blackmailing him? Why does he owe that drug dealer money? He's either is a terrorist or they're blackmailing him. Because I laid my life down to save my family, let them go after me. So why would you basically be like one of those stupid comedy shows of where somebody yells, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, take me? Unless you're laying your life down for someone else. So I can go after me to save my children. So who do they have? I'm trying to make sense out of insanity. Because all their pathetic reasons of why they did this don't make sense. And when things don't make sense, they're a lie. See, that's where them even making fun of me for that rapist, Pete, that drug dealer. Alright, the Fourth Amendment in the Constitution, the right of the people to be safe and secure within your own person. No one can touch you unless you want them to. It's assault. Your places, your homes, your papers and effects against shall not be your places in your homes, your papers and effects shall not be violated. Your home can't be violated, or your effects. No searches, no seizures, but upon probable cause warranted. You have to have a court order. With an oath or affirmation of people, places, and things to be searched and seized. Because you have the right to remain quiet, a right to an attorney, and the right to privacy. Police and agencies can only be in your home monitoring you under a threat of life with statements and a court order. And you have to have statements. Even the police have told me that, the criminal attorney, prosecutor's office, the drug cartel cannot just come in and stalk you, Photoshop a shower scene of you washing, and break in and stab you with a date rape drug, tell you to say something stupid or lace a drink. and beat and rape you and then laugh in your face how they had drugged you up and framed you. It's so absurd, it's insane. Okay? The drug cartel here wants people to think they can do this, and nobody's safe in their own homes. And they're taking over this area. Okay? Now I want you to start thinking. He made fun of me for that guy doing it. Made fun of me for the church trying to kill me on a recorded line. He committed life in federal on the recorded line. All the crimes he committed. And then afterwards. Why would you do this? You turn into a terrorist. You do have a drug problem. Or what's really going on? And why has he got so much control over you? I want you to think about that. What's really going on? Does he have one of his family members? Do they have Michelle and they're not letting him out of her sight? What's really going on? Have somebody else that he's extorting money? There's something really behind this. I want you to think about this. There's something really behind what's really going on and why he is helping them. And they have so much control over it. There has to be some common sense and some kind of rationality, because you look at their scenarios, they're so illegal. See, the whole thing of it is, even the police until the FBI, until they took and agreed to protect you, had statements of threat of life of everyone in that home. They also had a record order. They would go to jail for being in your home before. It's a felony invasion of privacy. It's legal search and seizure. Okay? No one can be in your home but that because of all those rights. Okay? See, then you gotta think everything has to be admissible in the court. It has to make sure no constitutional rights are broke. And then the integrity of the person that did it. A drug dealer that started beating, raping somebody and drugging them for fake confessions. Laughed at the FBI. They photoshopped a shower scene of washing in the other room. Confess they did. As a drug stop, made fun of everyone. Okay? There's no integrity. It was done by a drug dealer. It's a drug stop. And a stupid one. That anybody with common sense would even fall for it. You have a right to privacy in your own home. Do you realize that the police and the FBI knock on your door? Well, we're going to search your place. What do you say to them? I want to see your search warrant. I want the quarter. You don't have it, you're not getting in. Want to know why you're here. Especially if they come at you like that. What on earth are you doing here? Otherwise, yeah, you can come in. What's wrong? Once they're in, they can search it. But they have to ask permission. Why? Because you have a right to privacy, and they can't just go breaking in people's homes and searching stuff. You have a right to privacy. We don't live in a communist country. Gets everything thrown out. And they can never look at it. And then they get arrested for breaking those rights of other people and breaking and entering private homes. Start thinking rationality. So the people doing this, unless you can actually pull a court order for protected custody with statements, and I never talked to anybody tell the FBI. So you don't got one. There's no such thing as special permission, and the law requires a court order. You can't pull it out of your ass. I don't want to hear from you again. Now, we're going to talk. What is really going on? Think about this. Yeah, those Middle Eastern men being at Starbucks, looking at the phone, turn around, make sure that watch them stare at me. That girl hiding behind the wine glass thing, looking. My brother said something about her. I said, "Well, you seen those guys staring at you?" I said, "Yeah, I seen them turn around, stare at you, type on their phone and stare at you." Oh, yeah. My response is January 5th, 25. What is this? Another FBI agent lied to the U.S. Marshals? Uh, She was supposed to be weird with herself. We always knew that was photoshopping of washing herself in a shower. We always knew that, and he lied. And we know they drugged her and told her to say it before. We always knew that. Now we got another FBI agent lying to the U.S. Marshals. We got the one over case saying he did it because his daughters told him that she threatened him. Or threatened her, and she didn't even know who she was. Do they realize that how not funny this is? Oh, yeah. I made sure, and then I went over the recorded line of how he confessed to talking to everyone, laughing at me. So why would he honestly do that? He either hates the FBI, hates the U.S. government, every citizen, and he's went on a killing spree, does have a drug problem, and he is a terrorist. But why do you owe that drug dealer money? And why does he have so much power over you? Because do you know how many times people get threatened all the time and just ignore it? Because people are assholes. Think of this. People are assholes. You learn that when you're real little. And then why wouldn't you just ask me? And as if he cared that someone called me a faker 15 years ago and it was a medication error. Come on. This is baby shit. There's something really, really going on behind this that they're controlling him. For him to do all these crimes and say, it's me, it's me, it's me. He either is in drugs and he is a terrorist, or they're blackmailing that man. And there's something really bad going on. For him to steal in front of everyone, he's either saying F you to everyone, I'm going to help them kill and sell people, I'm going to steal from the government, I'm going to do it and go out with a bang, like a Bonnie and Clyde. Okay? But the comment that he was in debt's wrong. He owed him money. Why would he owe him money? And Michelle being messed up with the human traffickers at 14 and 16 and spending the night with them? What the hell's really going on? And no, I didn't believe my ex-husband, when we were married, was dating a 14-year-old or 16. Statutory rape, I didn't believe he was a child molester. That's why I didn't believe that little girl. And she looked like a teenage prostitute that day. I really didn't believe her. So if they thought they were going to try to pull their scam that I threatened her and they didn't get a response besides, you know what I mean? Of what? Now think of that. Start thinking like the cops yelled out in Walmart 62 on January 5th, 2025. We always knew the weird with yourself was Photoshop of showering and washing yourself in the shower. We always knew that. We always knew they drugged her and told her to say it before. We always knew that. The drug cartel and a drug scam. Now, what the hell's really going on? Start putting two together because there's some good questions. Because why is he really helping them? Is he a terrorist? Are they blackmailing him? And they had some. There's something behind that, him stealing all this money and doing it in front of people and putting a target on his own back. Because they threatened to kill my children, my grandchildren. And it's like, look, if you want me, you can have me. You want to go after me, you want to hurt me, that's fine. But you'll leave them out of this. See, there's something about a parent's love. Your life doesn't matter when it comes to them. Now, I want you to start thinking, what the hell is really going on?